Hello everybody, and welcome back to the wonderful universe of Space Engine. I would say world, but it's most certainly not a world. Anyways, we have a number of things to do this episode. It's going to be, I guess, fun, jam-packed, I don't know. Since last episode, I've completely uninstalled and reinstalled it. However, it seems to have maintained my save state, which is a little disturbing, because it shouldn't do that if I reinstalled it, but whatever. Let's just get right into it, shall we? No, I want to go to... Why aren't any of those working? Oh. Oh, and the graphics are dead. Lovely. Right then. So apparently it is still quite broken. But I fixed that. Anyways, somebody suggested I go back to a planet that I apparently went to in, episode 2, when I was talking about I wanted to know the composition of the atmosphere, and apparently he wants me to go back so I can actually check it. I don't even remember, but I might as well. Not found. Did I do it wrong? Wait a minute. Oh, no, not JIP. 544362. 544362. Five, 4, 4, 7. 1 second. Right, so it's 5, 4, 4, 3, 6. And it doesn't, it apparently does not exist. Well, I tried, but apparently I can't find it. It's not in the catalog. Next up, somebody told me to go to the 1337th galaxy. I guess I'll give it a shot. Is that a thing? Not found. I'm not entirely sure how to do that manually. Like, unless I have the actual number, I don't actually know. However, somebody told me to go to an actual galaxy number here. RG 0-9-1051201-2169. Ah, there we go. And he advertised this as the smallest galaxy in Space Engine. And, oh, it's adorable. I mean, as far as stellar phenomenon go, it's adorable. Diameter. Wow, it is tiny. I look at this little guy. Aw. It's a galaxy. It has more characteristics in common with like a star cluster. How many stars does it have? Go away. Oh, look at that. Now I'm no longer in window mode. There we go. Okay, now every time I touch it, it's going to cause me problems. I can't actually reach it and do stuff. Alright. Okay. Yes, it's just not there anymore. That was really weird. Wonderful, now every time I click info, it's going to be off on the screen and I won't be able to catch it. That is just beautiful. Yep, this latest update of Space Engine, completely not buggy at all. Does not have any issues whatsoever. Maybe it's my computer, I don't know. Anyways, number of stars, 34 million. That's really sad. Like it really is. But now I don't feel so bad about our galaxy only having 200 billion, because, damn. Oh, but it's so cute. Itty bitty galaxy. Let's go to a planet in this itty bitty galaxy. Terrorize the locals. Let's see if there's anyone new here. A lot of binaries. Ah, there we go. Whoop. Excellent. And hey, the graphics didn't die. Alright. Subglacial life. Again, I'm a huge fan of subglacial life. I've been working on mission architecture to find subglacial alien life. In my case, under Europa and Callisto and Enceladus, but still, huge fan of subterranean life, or subglacial information. It's abiogenic, so this is local subglacier. It is organic, so it's carbon-based. Let's check out the physical characteristics of this here planet. Absolute, atmospheric. It has an atmosphere. It does, a very, very thin one. Mostly sulfur dioxide, a bit of krypton, xenon, and Cl2. Huh. Chlorine? No. Not chlorine. Where is it? No, Cl2. That is... It is chlorine. See, I need to stop second guessing myself. Anyways, that's a pretty shitty atmosphere. Krypton. That's where Superman's from. You know, the planet, not the element. They actually discovered kryptonite at one point. It wasn't an element, it was like this white, chalky substance. It was in a mine a few years ago. But, it was apparently composed of the same chemical elements that was described to make up kryptonite in one of the movies, and it was really, really funny. Because they were like, hey, we found kryptonite, but it wasn't green and glowing, it was white and inert. So it's like, oh. Then again, even in that movie, when they were doing the chemical composition of kryptonite, it was like, there was one element that they didn't know what it was. So, you never know. Anyways, let's head back to the solar system. Sol. Because exciting things is happening here. Yellow dwarf star. Number of planets, 13, one with life. Well, no. Yeah, I'd like to point out Pluto, Make, Eris. Even like these aren't planets. These are planetoids. They're dwarf planets. Actually, I'm curious. Have they updated Pluto yet? Oh, fuck off. Oh, my mouse pad, or my mouse isn't working anymore. Oh, I must have pushed a button and screwed something up. How do I fix this? I don't know what oh, yeah, okay. Oh, there we go. No, it is still broken. 1 second. Space engine's totally not broken, guys. Anyways, yes, they have updated Pluto's texture. Ah, it looks lovely now. Ooh, let's go over to Charon. See if we can check out Mordor. Oh, yes, we can. Oh, okay. Charon. No, will you... I want to orbit around it, more or less. I want the camera to let me orbit around it. Is it because I'm around Pluto? Is that what's like? Is it around the Berry Center and not Charon? Let's do an experiment. Oh, no, there we go. Yes, Mordor is the northern pole region. Well, it's been nicknamed that. I don't know if it's the actual thing. Because if you look at its shape, it actually looks like a map of Mordor from Lord of the Rings. And it's hilarious. Because, again, nerds. I wonder, are any of its other moons around? Oh, yes, there is one. Nyx. How's it going, bud? Yee, look at that. That is fantastic. Anyways, I bring you out... Ooh, actually, wait, was that Hydra? Yeah, it was Hydra. I bring you out to the cold wastes of the middle of absolutely nowhere to talk about the mythical Planet 9 that may not be so mythical after all. Originally, the concept for it was, well, actually it's been kind of tossed around for a while, but, ooh, we can see it's thin atmosphere. Lovely. But, recently, after doing some mathematical models, what if I can do, no, where, I always find it by accident. There it is. Oh, it's actually, no, it's not one of, that's not what I wanted. Where is it? Here we go. Alright then. The reason why I bring us to this point of absolute nowhere is because the Planet 9, which has been theorized after they noticed a whole bunch of actually these orbits are incorrect. Oh, that's because I'm centering around Pluto, that's why. That's the Pluto system. Screw that. I need to scroll out and go back to the solar system. There we go. That's a little more reasonable. Oh, no. Sol. Excellent. Anyways, they found that all the planets, or all the dwarf planets anyways, let's center on this. Their orbits were all, they seemed a little too regular on, onto one side of the sun. So like their, I guess their, I'll just call it whatever. The apoapse is, actually I guess periapse first. No, periapse is closest. Apoapse, there we go. We're all swinging in one direction around the sun, more or less, and not. It just seemed very irregular, except for Eris, which is pretty out there. And looking at this, they realized that these orbits looked like they were being shepherded by something else, kind of like how moons are shepherded by planets or asteroids and whatnot. So they started doing some mathematical calculations, and they determined that there must be a planet that's at least 10 times more massive than Earth out here in the middle of God knows nowhere. Kind of can't really show its orbit, but yeah. And then recently they noticed that, like, you know, they were doing some more mathematical models, and they realized, like, one little interesting aspect of the solar system is that all of our planets, like the ecliptic, is all kind of tilted about 6 degrees off the sun's equator, which they couldn't really explain. However, if there is a 10 Earth mass planet out, you know, in the outer reach of the solar system, orbiting at a highly eccentric orbit, that would actually explain this tilt, because it kind of pulls the all the other planets into their orbits and it kind of basically twists them slowly, very slowly, and it's exciting because if this is true, that means we have a 9th planet in the solar system. And other people were like, you know, oh, but Pluto's the 9th planet. No, it's not. Shut up. I'm sorry. But, like an actual real planet, which may actually be quite massive. And there's Jupiter. I like Jupiter. Number of moons. Parent size. It's huge. It's 10 times bigger than the Earth. Its mass is huge. But yeah, so we may, in fact, have a Planet 9, and maybe even a Planet 10. There's some ideas that there could be 2 giant planets lurking in the outer solar system, which would be exciting. Only problem with them is that, with Planet 9 anyways, its orbit is so large that it would take about 20 years for a conventional probe to get to it, which is complete garbage. However, Stephen Hawking and the Breakthrough Starshot Initiative have been talking about how you can use like test beds for those probes to reach places like Mars in 36 minutes and places out in the outer solar system much sooner as well. So theoretically, using that, if we can pinpoint where it is, we could blast like a little microchip probe to Planet 9 in, I don't know, depends, like one of the small ones going at max speed, maybe a couple hours. What they'd probably do is a larger probe going a bit slower, so, you know, maybe a few months to a few years, traveling at an ungodly speed. But that's still, that it's really cool, because it basically means that we will still have an option to explore even the most distant bullshit planet in a reasonable time frame using these new methods. And of course, there's other ideas, new engines and new stuff. I've been I want to work on magnetoplasma engines because they're really cool. What I'd love is a hyperdrive, but those seem a little out there. I still like kind of working on the idea, but no guarantees. Like I've still been tossing around the Heim drive idea, just because it's cool. But no guarantees on that one. It's no guarantees. Mars is looking a little hazy right now. That's probably just because of my... Well, actually, I don't know if it is doing in real time updating. I don't think it would be, because Mars is currently in its dust storm season. But I'm pretty sure that's just because my luminosity is up. That's still it's pretty cool. But yeah, so actually I have Planet 9 on my list of if it's real, we have to do something about this, because that's just too damn cool. We've currently visited every planet and well, I guess and Pluto. But Pluto's not a planet anymore. But we've visited every major body plus one of the main, or the more famous Kuiper Belt objects with spacecraft. So if we find another planet, we're gonna have to go and send something there because just we can say we visited every planet. Because for the time being, if it is real, then we haven't actually visited every planet. That's just sad. What's this? It's a cluster. Antares. Oh, I see parallax. That Alpha Centauri. It most certainly is. Oh, and the graphics break. We were doing so well. So well. Anyways, quick reset, we fixed it. And we are now around Alpha Centauri. Well, actually, we're around the very center of Alpha Centauri A and Alpha Centauri B. And Proxima should be around... There you are. This itty-bitty little neighboring star. Ooh! Have they added in the planets? They most certainly have. I like that a lot. Look at that, they've added one of the planets with life around Proxima. I like that a lot. That's just pretty good. Proxima 4. Yeah, because again, like they recently discovered a planet. Well, it hasn't been 100% confirmed, but it's they're fairly certain it's there around Proxima Centauri that is in the habitable zone and could potentially be habitable. I've talked about it before. Oh, this is really cool. I like that. This is a nice little touch. This makes up for all the glitches. It's just this little touch. Let's read about it. Marine transfer, and it's exotic too. I love it. I love it. Because again, it's like Proxima Centauri is a flare star, so it probably produces a lot of radioactive, well, like a lot of bombardment on the planets with flares and whatnot. So life that exists on it either lives kind of on the terminus or even on the shaded area away from the star, safe from the radiation, or it lives like in the oceans, or maybe if it has oceans, it might live there. There is some evidence that points that it might have oceans, but if it's exotic life, it may be like more resistant. I love it. That is fantastic. This is amazing. God damn it, I love astrobiology. We're working on it. Anyways, we're getting close to ending up here. I think we can have something else. In other news, actually, I finally found and ordered some material, like the specialized material for the inner part of my pressure suit, like the actual pressure membrane. So that's coming in the mail. It's coming from Germany, actually. And I trust the Germans to, do a good job with the material. They're usually very efficient people. Seriously, I love Germany. They're great. But yeah, so I have that coming in the mail, and once it shows up, I can actually cut it. I already have the pattern for the suit itself, so I can cut the pieces, stitch them together, and start testing and fixing. And I can actually, once it's done, which should be pretty soon now, once it shows up, I can actually show well, I'll actually start having a suit that's being put together. Because like once I have the inner bladder done, it's just a matter of doing the mid layer, doing the outer layer, and then working on all the hardware. So it's exciting. I'll actually be able to have like a suit that I can show that's hanging somewhere instead of just a pile of stuff that isn't connected to anything. So that's exciting. That is really exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Proxima Centauri 4. I think it's being called B right now because it's well, the first planet you find around a star, you give it like the star's name followed by B, and then C, D, E, and it's fantastic. I'm kind of like the planet, looking at like its orbit and everything, and its mass. There's some thought that it might be either a water world or at least have a lot of liquid on its surface. So I've kind of given it the unofficial nickname of Calypso. That isn't its actual name. Don't quote me on that. It's just my own little headcanon, a nickname I gave it because I like naming things. But its official name right now is still Proxima Centauri B. Although the IAU has been giving exoplanets proper names, and I would love for them to name Proxima Centauri B. It probably wouldn't be the name I gave it, but whatever. Oh, that is too cool. I love it. Look, there's even a comet. Oh, yeah. Somebody said that it was the comets that kill, like comets kill your graphics as well, and I'm sure they do. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. Oh, look at that. We're here. Check out, actually, since I'm talking about my program, check out the store and our crowdfunding page, which currently is still sitting at a whopping $0. It's after 8 months. It's fantastic. But yeah, you can check that out. You can check out the website, Facebook page. Like the Facebook page. It's great. And yeah, we can go from there. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and space.